Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Cell?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the dominoes. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the fucking crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
With the previously governing god of destruction Rumsshi now killed by the hands of Goku Black, it would only now appear as though Goku Black is now looking to set his sights in becoming the strongest existing entity between both gods and mortals, as with Goku Black now demanding for Gowasu to take him inside of the Room of Spirit and Time. The million-dollar question now going forward is, will the Time Chamber go as far as to serve its purpose in allowing for Goku Black to become the strongest existing entity right now, or despite Goku Black's best efforts in entering the Time Chamber to get stronger, he's simply going to come up short by the very end? Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball related, including its manga, anime, video games, fan animations, fan mangas, and more, in which would also like to be kept up to date with everything in regards to the Dragon Ball Super manga, the Dragon Ball Super anime, Dragon Ball video games, and any and all additional content within the Dragon Ball universe, then I do encourage you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to always be notified whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply excited to see what the future holds for the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and now let's dive straight into the video. As our story continues now inside the hyperbolic time chamber, with Goku Black being shown training very intensely, with Gowasu being shown having to observe Black's training with no other options left, it was only during Goku Black's training where we then get to see how Goku Black went on to utter, "I will never allow for myself to ever be bested by any of those mortals or any other deity ever again. This pain will only fuel me," Black says. "This pain will only make me stronger. I will not lose. I will never lose. Once I'm done and once I find them, I will start by punishing them, and then I will destroy them. All of them. My ultimate plan to destroy every mortal will come from the pain that I endure in here," he says. "I will go through any length to reach a new level far beyond this one, just like they did. Isn't that right, Gowasu, huh? Isn't that right? Just you wait. I'll find a way, just like I did before. Now, increase the weight by another 50 quintillion right now." "Zamasu, please," Gowasu responds. "You don't have to. You will either do as I ask of you, or I will strike you down and kill you where you stand. You are in no position to be challenging my requests, so now do it or you will die." "As you wish," Gowasu responds. "You are walking down an extremely dangerous path, Zamasu, and for what? What do you wish to get out of this? What is it that you hope to accomplish when it's all over?" Gowasu asks. "Even if you somehow manage to succeed, revenge," Gowasu Black chimes in, "along with the complete reset of all life. How could you stand there and act as though the multiverse is flawless? Look at all of the atrocities that have been committed by both gods and mortals alike. Look at all of the lawlessness that was allowed to casually go unchecked, Black says. It all needs to change and it all needs to be reset with I as both its judge and executioner. Are you scared that I'm going to kill the Omni Kings and take my rightful place as king, he asks? Just imagine the kind of power I would have if I were to replace them. Immeasurable, Black utters. To where a little later on, as Goku Black is still shown intensely training within the time chamber, it was only upon being shown having to do push-ups where Goku Black went on to utter, "Nothing will stop me from surpassing them all. Nothing will ever come in between my goals to rule over all once the time for my return calls for it." What a remarkable and amazing body, Black continues. I feel as though I can achieve anything, and so I must, and I most certainly will. I never would have imagined that it would ever even come to this, Gowasu went on to say to himself. To see this monster not only fight towards achieving his evil goal, but to also watch him train to do it is what's even more horrifying. It amazes me because I see it with my very own eyes, yet I still can't believe what it is that I'm looking at. He's not only devoted himself into doing what he wants, but he's also doing whatever it may take to find a way to reach the next level and go beyond what he currently is at the moment. It's remarkable, yet terrifying. And what makes him even more dangerous than before is seeing the growth behind his training. He's faster, stronger, smarter, and better skilled as his training continues. There doesn't appear to be an end in sight for him, yet he still continues to push this stolen body of his into reaching new heights. He is so much stronger than he was just a few hours ago, and yet somehow he just keeps getting stronger and stronger without showing the slightest sign of stopping either. And even now, Gowasu continues, I would dare say that he is much stronger than he was while fused too. I can feel it deep within his very cold, blackened soul. He's stronger than he was as merged Zamasu, and what's even more is that he's also stronger than Vegeta during the time of their battle too. I fear this will only get worse if he is allowed to grow like this. There must be something that I can do to warn the others about what's about to come knocking at their doorstep. I fear that if he continues to go down this path, then there will be nothing and no one who will stop him. You can feel it too, can't you, traitorous Kai, Black asks? My power just keeps growing with no end in sight. Yes. I wonder what the limits of my power are now compared to where they were before. Curious, don't you think? I think it's time we find out then, shall we? Now I want you to watch very carefully, Master, because I can assure you that it will most definitely be a sight to see, with Gowasu asking, What do you mean? What are you planning to do, Zamasu? Watch and see, Kai. If I was able to push myself into achieving my own god level opposite to Son Goku Super Saiyan Blue, then I can surely do what I did before, just like I did when I discovered Rose, and push myself into reaching a new leveled variation of it. An ascended level that goes beyond it. Super Saiyan Rose 2. As shockingly enough, with Goku Black now being shown powering up in such a way to where it even now went as far as to scare Gowasu, with Gowasu shown shocked out of his mind as to what he was witnessing, it was only from there where Gowasu went on to ask, What is this? What have you done, Zamasu? What an astronomical energy. He's found another level that goes beyond the level of a god? An ascended god level? As lo and behold, moments later, with Goku Black now finally having to unveil the power of Super Saiyan Rose 2 for the first time within the time chamber, it was only just then upon having to do so where Goku Black went on to address Gowasu by telling him, outstanding, wouldn't you say? Just look at it, Gowasu. For the first time, based on the knowledge and information that I've collected, I was able to achieve something that not even Son Goku himself was able to achieve. But this will only be just the beginning because I don't plan on stopping here, he says. Far from it. If I am able to push myself this far with only a few hours of training in this chamber, then just imagine what other levels I can reach once my time spent training in this realm is completely complete. Now then, I want you to emulate clones for me to fight against, and I want them to be an identical representation of me before I tapped into this new level, with Gowasu responding, You wish to fight clones of yourself? But Did I ask for a second opinion, Kai? Do as I order of you, or I will murder you where you stand. I will not tell you again, so now do it, Black shouts. Emulate and create clones of this vessel and do it right now. To which, with Gowasu left with no other choice in having to listen to Black, otherwise he was going to be killed, it was just as Gowasu was now being shown creating clones of Goku Black, where Goku Black went on to continue, good, just like that. I can feel their power as they're being summoned. So waging war against myself will be just the push that I need, since you, Gowasu, are too weak to fight head on. I want to test this new level against 2 copies of myself just before ascending, to pit up 2 Super Saiyan Rosés against my Super Saiyan Rosé 2, in which immediately after being summoned, the 2 Super Saiyan Rosé Goku Blacks were from there shown charging directly at the original, as the original went on to respond, yes, that's right. Let's just see how much progress we've made since coming into this time chamber. Now show me what you clones are made of, and it better not be a waste of my time either. Let's go! As Gowasu himself could not believe it, as Gowasu went on to say to himself, he's a complete monster. There must be some kind of way for me to contact the other Kais and inform them of what is currently taking place here. But how will I be able to warn them if he's constantly looking over to watch me and watch what it is that I'm doing? Oh, there must be something that I can do. And just look at them go out there, he adds. I fear things will only fuel Black's hatred the more he continues to train in here. Oh, what am I to do moving forward, he asks. As from out of nowhere, with the 2 Goku Blacks then being shown getting the better of the original, by from there being shown getting behind him, it almost seemingly looked as though the original Goku Black was having trouble as he was being held in place, as Goku Black went on to respond, oh, how very interesting. So you clones think that binding me in place will be what brings me down? Nonsense. Whatever you try and do won't work on me. It won't work on what I've become. You fools, this pain will only make me stronger. It will only continue to fuel the fire that burns within me, and it will not be what destroys me, but rather what will make me grow even stronger than before. What a difference. I can now see that my body has become much more resistant to punishments than it ever was before. To which, within the quickness, as soon as Goku Black was from there shown powering up and blowing the other 2 Goku Blacks away, it was only upon having to be shown dashing towards one of them where Goku Black had created another energy saber by responding, let's start with you and see if my blade can pierce through that body. And gotcha, Black shouts. Oh, now that was what I wanted to see. That was just too easy. And so now, you're next, Black responds. As we just then see how the remaining Goku Black clone had now gone as far as to create an energy saber of his own, with the 2 now being shown engaging in a very intense energy saber-like battle. It was right then and there during the middle of their battle where Gowasu went on to respond, there can be no doubt, especially after seeing what he's doing to these clones, that Black must be stopped by any means necessary. Oh, there must be some way for me to reach out and contact Lord Beerus from the 7th and inform him of Black's resurrection. But he's simply too aware of what may happen, which is why he is secretly not taking his eyes off me. What's wrong, the original Goku Black went on to ask, having a bit of trouble tracking my movements? Well, don't worry, here I am, Black shouts. I'll make sure to slow it down a bit next time, since it's obvious that you clones simply can't keep up with my speed. Ah, that's right, easy now, Black says. Go to sleep, noble warrior, your existence is no longer required. My power is far more impressive than I thought. I was able to kill my clones in a matter of minutes. And now what's next? Should I battle against more of them this time? This isn't right, Zamasu. Your mind is tainted with violence and hatred. Please, Gowasu says, but then Goku Black quickly interrupted Gowasu by pointing his energy saber directly at him by responding, enough! Now then, you will do as I tell you and create more clones for me to fight. If you refuse, news, then you already know what fate has in store for you. But then, to the surprise of both Gowasu and Goku Black, it would now appear as though another separate individual had now made their way into the time chamber, with this individual having to be none other than the angel attendee of Universe 10, Angel Cuss, with Cuss now being shown slowly levitating on down by responding. I would think twice about making such a bold move like that if I were you. So this is where you've been hiding this entire time, she says. I figured as much since sensing Lord Rumshi's energy disappear. You were the source of his destruction, now were you? With Black responding, it's you. How did you know that me and the Kaioshin were in this realm? And how did you make your way inside without my ability to detect you? With Cuss responding, more on that later. Because what I would like to know is how you were able to destroy Lord Rumshi and assume the position of thinking you'd get away with it without anyone finding you. With Black responding, and just who said I was hiding from anyone? I came into this realm to train, not to run. You angels always were a strange group of deities, Black says. So what have you come in here for? Have you come to lay claim on my life after what I did? Or are you here because you know that after killing Lord Rumshi, I am now the rightful new destroyer of this universe? Have you come to pay your respects and acknowledge me? Surely it couldn't have been for combat, was it? Oh, interesting, Cuss responds. And why is Lord Gowasu held in this chamber against his will, she asks. You seem to be in a great amount of distress, Lord Gowasu. He's only here so that he could help further my evolution in becoming the strongest that I could possibly become, Black responds. And I will not stand for his lies and foolishness any longer. You do understand that in order for you to call yourself a god of destruction, you'd need to sync your life energy with the Supreme Kai, don't you? Cuss asks. Which, in your case, would mean Gowasu. You expect me to appoint you as Universe 10's destroyer, yet you threaten to destroy your very own bonded Kaioshin? And you don't think I know this? Black responds. He is just the placement holder for the real Kaioshin that I will be syncing my life energy with. I'm only keeping him around until I can get what I want from him, and then it's lights out, Black says. Now then, since you are here, I hereby demand for you to appoint me as Universe 10's God of Destruction. Upon taking Rumshi's life, I am therefore the rightful heir to the Destroyer's throne and you as my angelic assistant. Thus is the code of the gods, after all, Black says. So, unless you plan to go against your own angelic order, you will hereby make me a God of Destruction here and now, Cuss. Those are the laws of the gods, aren't they? So now do it. Make me into what I was destined to become. Grant me the title of Destroyer, Angel, with Cuss responding, though this is an act that I certainly do not wish to take action on, I will continue to uphold my position and remain neutral as I grant you this title, she says, but I will leave you with this, fallen Kaioshin. The same power you wish to obtain will be the same power that will ultimately destroy you. To which, with a blinding light now appearing as Gowasu had gone as far as to observe, it was only then where Gowasu went on to utter, no, it just can't be true. We played into his hand. He knew what he was doing this entire time. Of course he went through with killing Lord Rumshi. It's what he wanted this entire time, to become a destroyer god. As all the while in the meantime, when then going back onto Beerus' planet, in literally seeing as to how all hell was beginning to break loose, Super Saiyan Blue Goku was from that point shown sitting back up and witnessing the battle take place between Broly and Piccolo by responding, man, would you just look at those two go up there. I'm shocked that Piccolo was able to hold his own against Broly out there like that, but truthfully, I don't think either one of us is any sort of match for him like this. Especially not unless he loses his mind and goes on an absolute rampage all over Beerus' planet, he says. Well, if that's the case, I guess that leaves me with no other choice then, Goku says. If I don't do something to put Broly in check, then this entire situation is gonna get a whole lot worse as this continues. God damn, this guy, he's just too strong, Piccolo says. I can't hold it out against him much longer. I can't let up, but he's just too strong. As with Broly now being shown having to overpower Piccolo during their momentary test of strength, Orange Piccolo Piccolo at that point could only do so much in maintaining control in this fight, as Piccolo went on to continue, I have to try and escape before he tears me apart. Damn it. But just then, from out of nowhere, it was only from that point where Broly was shown being struck from out of nowhere, with even Piccolo now putting this into question by having to ask himself, whoa, what the heck was that just now? To which in fact, the source of this attack had come from none other than Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, as Goku went on to address Broly by telling him, hey, that's enough, Broly. As strong as you are, I think it's time that we put an end to this before things get a little out of control, he says. From here on, I'll be your opponent, so why don't you leave Piccolo out of this and come face me, Goku asks. I'm ready, now show me what you got, with Piccolo uttering, Goku, Ultra Instinct. So, it's come down to this, has it? Until, through his own frustrations and anger, Broly had now decided to finally unleash his true power in drawing that out back onto the surface. As Broly was now shown absolutely losing his mind during the course of battle, it was only upon the gods having to watch this where Beerus went on to utter, I don't like this, Whis. Broly is too unstable for this to continue, because if it does, my entire planet will be destroyed by that freak. I'm putting an end to this before he targets us next, with Whis responding, well, if you insist, my lord. As with Beerus now being shown getting behind Broly in addressing him, it would only now appear as though Broly was not seemingly paying attention at all to Beerus, with Beerus uttering, hey you, that's enough. I'm not going to have you rampaging around my planet like this. So if you know what's good for you, Saiyan, then power back down or face the consequences of your actions. This is going to be your only warning. Now, what's it going to be? As it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Goku Black's Ultimate Resurrection manga chapter number 5 special then comes to a close. Now, this is bad only because Goku Black seems to be evolving now at a very rapid pace, to which upon having to discover and achieve the level of Super Saiyan Rose 2 in also battling against two separate clones of himself, Goku Black appears to be very eager now, more so than ever before, in surpassing not only Goku and Vegeta, but to ultimately become the mightiest existing entity within the known current multiverse right now. As with our heroes having their hands full by now also having to deal with full-powered Broly, the million-dollar question now going forward is how far will Goku Black actually be willing to go in not only going as far as to discover new levels of power, but also to see his plan through by the very end and going as far as to wipe out all existing mortals and even deities within the current existing multiverse, as you guys don't want to miss out on the next manga chapter, which is that of manga chapter number 6, to which you guys can ultimately also find early access on my Patreon, patreon.com/UnrealEntGaming. The link to that will be located down in the description box below and the pinned comment section, to where on there, not only would you guys ultimately become a beneficial factor in helping us produce more fan mangas for you, but on there you guys will be able to access all of my fan mangas, my soundtracks, mods, PNGs, art, and so much more, including being the first to see the new form that I'm planning to give Goku Black as the series goes on to continue, to which again, do consider becoming a member today. I want to thank you all so much for watching, thank you all so much for your time, to where if of course you guys enjoyed, then be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below. Also, if you just so happen to be new to the channel and of course love Dragon Ball and anime, then do also consider smashing that subscribe button and turning on all notifications by clicking on the gearbox icon. That way you guys never miss a single video that is posted onto the channel. Tune back in for more. I appreciate you guys for being here, and with all that being said, I'm going to be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below on my Patreon and in the next video. Take it easy guys and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Rumsshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.